Hi guys, so we're back. I didn't do the road thing. I just wanted to quickly just get a bit more of the sort of the interesting gameplay type stuff in. So I started with the building construction stuff. I actually set up the camera as well, so we've now got multiple cameras. One renders the terrain and one renders the buildings. This is basically so that all of the stuff that sits on top of the terrain doesn't z-fight with the terrain. So like in, for example, resources, prefabs. You see there's like the textures down, the like the ground texture that was z-fighting with the terrain. So they're multiple cameras now. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. I might change my mind on that later. The other thing I added was scaffolding, so I made up a texture and created a prefab, which is basically 8 planes. So it's double-sided. That would be much better to replace it with an actual model if I had some modelling software to use. At the moment that's like 9 game objects. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, so that's like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 game objects, which is really wasteful. But anyway, if we go to play, same as before, but now if I stick a colony hub down, we've got the same green tile. If I build it, it will then build, zoom in a little bit, you see it builds up a scaffolding. It then scales up the building inside it, and then the scaffolding collapses. And for bigger buildings, it like basically tiles out the scaffolding. So if I build a factory here, it tiles out a load of scaffolding, puts it all up, builds the factory inside, and then we'll go away, and then we'll collapse the scaffolding once it's built. Ta-da! And the same with all of the farms and stuff. Now actually this is quite interesting. Once this is built, you'll see one problem with using the multiple cameras here, and this is just because I don't have any actual models for things here. I'm just using the what do you call them, like the generic objects. As I've got cylinders here representing little greenhouses. Because they're being drawn on top of the terrain doesn't cut off the bottoms. So these actually need like proper buildings rather than just what they are. So yeah, and then the zoom in goes all the way out to there, and all the way down to there, and then the arrow keys move around. It's a little bit weird at the moment because I haven't set up the right. I'm not using like the facing vector of the camera to work out which direction to move the camera in. It just does it like north, south, east, and west. Yeah, so that's basically where that is at the moment. It's nice having a bit of movement. I'll probably use the middle mouse button or something to scroll it around. Yeah, so probably the next thing I'll do is maybe get a bit more of the gameplay stuff in, because at the moment the population uses food every turn and water every turn. We're not using the supplies when we build the buildings. What I want to do is probably grey out these buttons as the, so like at the moment we've got 200 supplies, so we obviously can't afford to build like the aquaponics or the shuttle farm, right? Sorry, the shuttle farm, that would be a great idea. Yeah, so grey out these buttons based on whether they're available and whether they can be built. Do that sort of stuff as well. So I'm going to take a break for a bit. I don't know whether I'm going to carry on working on this tonight or not. If I do, I'll start working on the next video. If not, I'll get this one rendered out, and I'll see you in the next one. Awesome, thanks for watching guys, and see you tomorrow or whenever the next video comes up. Rock on, bye.